Breaking news this morning. The Slender Man stabber is back in police custody, where authorities found her and what we know so far.
Plus, the threat of possible U.S. military operations in Venezuela, what the U.S. is now doing, and how the nation feels about a possible conflict.
And before you start cooking that turkey, we have fire safety reminders that could save your holiday. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Monday, November 24th. I'm Kyrie Unley.
And I'm Chris Stanford. We will get to that breaking news in just a moment. We can tell you that the Slender Man stabber is in police custody this morning after being found in Illinois. We'll have those updates for you right after we check in with Savannah Brito.
That's right. She's here now with what you need to know, planning your day. Hey there.
Hey guys, good morning. Our temperature's not too cool this morning. We're actually close to freezing levels, still 33. Our skies, though, you notice that little cloud now. We did wake up with clear skies, Madison and areas north and northeast. Now we're seeing cloud cover move in. That's ahead of the system that'll bring us some rain later in the day. Yeah, I do think we'll be dealing with some scattered showers, but at least still mild. I think our highs mid to upper 40s. We do have a system that'll bring us the rain today and tomorrow, mix in with some light snow showers. Little to no accumulation, not super worried about that Wednesday, but yes, a lot of people will be traveling, so keep that in mind. Much colder by Thanksgiving, and then another major storm this upcoming weekend. We'll have the latest on that coming up.
All right, thank you. Now to that breaking news this morning. The search for the Slender Man stabber is over.
After cutting off her ankle monitor and leaving her group home, Morgan Geyser is now in custody in Illinois. Authorities alerted the public after she was spotted in Madison Saturday night on Cronky Drive, a residential area near Raymond Road with schools and parks. Geyser was found at a truck stop in Posen, Illinois, about 25 miles south of Chicago, with another person. Posen police say they took a bus there and were both taken into custody. The identity of the other person is unknown at this time. Madison police say the Department of Corrections was alerted when her GPS monitor failed. By 11:30 Saturday night, group home staff reported she was missing and that she had removed the bracelet. The DOC issued an apprehension request but did not alert Madison police. MPD says they only found out yesterday morning just before 8 when a group home employee called 911. Neighbors near the group home say they had no idea she was there.
This all stems from a case in 2014. That is when then 12-year-old Geyser and Anissa Weir lured their friend Peyton Leutner to a park in Waukesha. Geyser stabbed Leutner 19 times, who barely survived. They later said it was to appease the online horror character Slender Man. Geyser pleaded guilty to attempted first-degree intentional homicide and was sent to a psychiatric institute because of mental illness. Then in August, Geyser was set to be released from the Winnebago Health Institute to a facility in Sun Prairie, but her attorney said publicity caused the facility to turn her down. State Health Department and court identified a new facility without a formal hearing, which is presumably where Geyser escaped from. Now, we do know that Madison police will hold a news conference at 8:15 this morning with more updates. We will have a crew there. You can get updates by streaming the news conference on Channel 3000 Plus, or you can get alerts sent straight to your phone with the Channel 3000 News app. Download it wherever you get your apps. 6:03 now to a developing situation in Venezuela this morning. Reuters reporting that the U.S. could launch new operations in Venezuela in the near future.
However, a timeline on how soon that could be, or if President Trump has given it the green light, have not yet been confirmed. This comes as the U.S. continues to bolster its presence in the Caribbean over the past few months, including sending the U.S.'s largest aircraft carrier, the Gerald R. Ford, into the region, and posted new images of an attack simulation being conducted off the coast. And meanwhile, multiple international airlines are now canceling flights to and from the Latin American country. This comes after the FAA issued a new memo warning of a worsening security situation and heightened military activity in the country. Some of those airlines canceling flights this morning include TAP Portugal and Brazil's GOL Airlines.
This also comes as a new CBS News poll finds 30% of Americans think we should conduct operations inside Venezuela. Meanwhile, nearly 3/4 of Americans oppose the possible conflict. 13% of Americans think Venezuela is a major threat. 48% of Americans say it's a minor threat.
This morning, new Israeli airstrikes over Gaza and Lebanon are testing the delicate ceasefire with Hamas. The Hamas-run health ministry says at least 24 people were killed in the attacks and dozens more were injured. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has accused Hamas of repeatedly violating the ceasefire agreement. He also released this footage showing a strike on Beirut's capital, killing Hezbollah's chief of staff. A Hezbollah official said that attack crosses a new red line.
New this morning in the release of the Epstein files, the DOJ now calling for a federal judge to release the Epstein grand jury testimony as the clock to fully release the files continues to wind down. The judge has previously rejected the DOJ's request to make those transcripts public. However, it's still unclear if these files would be made public or if they would be withheld as part of continued DOJ investigations. Now to some consumer news this morning. We want to make sure that you're staying safe if you're cooking a Big Bird this Thanksgiving.
Consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn brings you fire safety reminders. Good morning.
Chris, Kyrion, good morning. The majority of home fires happen in the kitchen. Now we really need to pay attention to leaving anything that's being cooked unattended. Always stand by the pan and never leave the home while you have.
If you read the instructions on how to cook one of those turkeys, it's clear. If you read the instructions on how to cook one of those turkeys, it clearly says to thaw this thing completely out before you submerge it in oil.
Always stand by the pan and never leave the home while you have something in the oven or on the stovetop. And FEMA says to turn pot handles toward the back of the stove so you don't have to bump or pull them over accidentally. And keep a metal pan lid or baking sheet nearby. You can use that to cover the pan and put out the fire. Now, firefighters are also reminding people who deep fry their turkeys this year to do it outdoors. That should always be away from your deck, garage, or house. And if that happens, when it's thawed, you know, if you put a thawed turkey into the oil, it's going to create a large fire. So if something is on fire, don't try to move the pot. And remember, you can use baking soda to put out small grease fires.
There you go. Now I just need some tips on how to make it not so dry every time I bake a turkey.
I can't help you with
so
that one,
dry.
Chris.
Extra gravy. Lots of gravy in the Stanford household.
Just give
for the
it to
turkey.
somebody else to do. Yeah.
All right, Michelle Renee, timely reminders. Thank you very much. All right, moving on to some news. Over the weekend, the holidays in full swing now at Hilldale. Thanks to its annual North Pole party, shoppers spent the afternoon checking out early Black Friday deals and trying some festive samples. They're also giving back to the community with donations during the event going to an important local cause.
This whole night was to benefit the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. So they were here collecting toys and donations for their annual drive. So just celebrating them and celebrating community and having our community come out and celebrate with us.
Oh, and look who was there. Josh Brider, Spada Brito, Michelle Renee Quinn, leading the crowd in some carols and helping them light the tree.
It looks like a fun time. I know last year was super cold out there. Doesn't look like you guys had that problem this year.
No, it was nice and warm. Yeah, well, warm for the season,
Yes.
you know.
Exactly, it's all relative. But Michelle Renee definitely carried those Christmas
I'll
carols.
say she had the
That's awesome.
vocals.
Yeah.
It was a lot
Hey, if you
of
got
fun.
it, flaunt it, right?
Watch out, Mariah.
I've got
mean,
nothing on Mariah, and
okay.
everybody knows it.
I mean, I don't know. It was up there.
Yeah.
That's your jam, right? Mariah Carey's All I Want
Joy
for
to the
Christmas.
World.
Yes,
Joy to the
I was
World,
going to say,
too?
there's
Oh,
a
man,
specific
yeah.
part, though, that she really, really likes.
Okay.
Joy, joy.
Yeah,
That one.
that part.
It's like 3 minutes, 43 seconds or something
Love
like
it.
that. I don't know.
Oh boy, can we talk about how gorgeous Hilldale looks during the holidays? Gosh,
Love
they do
that
it up
tree.
right.
All the lights, it was so much fun. Yeah,
was.
it's
Yes.
really beautiful.
But things are cooling down for us, though.
Yeah, we're going to see a big cool down. Arctic air moves in Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The big story ahead of that is the light rain we're going to see move in by the afternoon today. That will linger into tomorrow, and then actually some light snow will take over Wednesday. Much colder by Thanksgiving, especially when you factor in those wind chills during the day, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then we could see another major storm this weekend. It does look like we'll see a high impact storm for parts of the Midwest. Not exactly certain that that will be across southern Wisconsin, but your travel plans, if you are traveling anywhere across the Midwest, probably going to have some issues getting back either Saturday or Sunday. We'll have the latest coming up.
Sounds good. Coming up in your morning sports, we're talking Packers after the big win over the Vikings yesterday. Manuel Wilson making a name for himself yesterday. But Coach Matt LaFleur says it was someone else who had the play of the game.
And the Madison Turkey Trot is back Thanksgiving morning. How you can have fun with the whole family while supporting a good cause coming up in the 608. In the 608, we're getting you ready for the Madison Turkey Trot taking place on Thanksgiving morning.
Well, Josh Sprider is live at Alliant Energy Center this morning with how the event continues to give back to the community. Looking good, Josh.
Hey, good morning to you guys. You better believe I'm in full costume this morning. Gobble till you wobble. We are just 3 days away from the Madison Turkey Trot. And of course, this is such a huge tradition for families. And the best part, it's for a good cause. Joining us this morning is Amanda Potratz with UCP of Dane County. Amanda, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So you're looking good as well. You got the little glowiness on. I love it.
Yeah. Everybody comes out for this race and they get dressed up and they wear their tank tops and their short shorts and their Halloween costumes. It's really a lot of fun.
I mean, this is a tradition going back a long time now. And the best part is this is huge for you at UCP.
Yeah, absolutely. This race supports our local programming for people with disabilities. They might have a wide range of disabilities from birth through adulthood.
Of course, we're out here at the Alliant Energy Center, so this is where folks will meet on Thursday morning. And how can people be part of this?
This is a great event. People can come in and volunteer. You can just come on in. I'll be wearing my full outfit there, so you can just come and look for me dressed in this, and volunteers can step out right away in the morning. You can also head to wisconsinruns.com and enter UCP10 into the registration, and then that will help us support our local programming.
We have that up on our website too. We're making it super easy for folks. So how exactly does this race support your mission at UCP?
Yeah, well, this helps us bring awareness to people with disabilities throughout Rock County and Dane County. We offer services and supports for people from birth to 3, and then all the way up through adulthood in our different programs. And this funding helps come directly right to our programs.
I mean, that's huge, and I would understand this has got to be one of your bigger events of the year.
It is. Yeah, it's great because we have full community support. Everybody comes out. It's just great to see all these happy, fun faces and supporting disabilities.
So if people are coming out to this, there are a couple of important things that they need to know so that way you guys are getting the credit for this.
Yeah. When you come in, if you come in to volunteer, say you're volunteering for UCP, write on that volunteer form and then use that code UCP10 when you register, and that'll help support our local programming.
You know, so that's what's kind of fun is you can come walk, roll, or stroll, but volunteering, that's a huge part of this too.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a great way to get involved. You can make a big difference in your community and make a difference in the lives of people that are around you.
Making a difference, but it's getting together. I think that's the beautiful thing about this.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's great. Everybody comes out. Kids can run, like you said, run, walk, roll, or stroll. So you've got strollers out there, we've got wagons, we've got a kids dash. So everybody comes out and has a great time.
And plenty of time to still sign up.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can register online right up until race day. Sometimes we have folks come up getting their bib number for the first time and registering right there in line.
Oh, I love it. Well, Amanda, thank you so much, and here's to another great tradition this year.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome. And if you'd like to learn more about the Madison Turkey Trot, just go to the story up on channel3000.com, guys.
There you go, UCP 10 right on her hat. Great marketing and promotion there. Love to see it. Josh is always looking for inspirational stories to share in the 608. Got an idea for him? He'd love to hear from you, so reach out and let him know about it.
All right. Well, Savannah's planning your day, getting you ready for your Monday. Savannah, what's things looking like?
Well, things are looking like we'll see rain later in the day. For now, we're not going to see rain. Actually, just a little bit of cloud cover moving in. 33, 42 then at 9 in the morning. I don't think temperatures across most of the area will reach 50. Could see a few, but the rain we're going to see later and the clouds, I think, will hinder our temperatures mid to upper 40s today for most of the area. How about the days to follow, with it being the week of Thanksgiving? Busy week for travel. Rain will move in by mid to late afternoon today. Showers will continue for Tuesday morning if you're heading out then. Snow actually will move in northwest of Minneapolis. There is a winter storm watch in place north of Minneapolis for northern Wisconsin and parts of the UP, so might run into some snowy conditions there. For us across southern Wisconsin and areas south, just rain. Highs are still going to be warm here, near 50 degrees across the Madison area, Chicagoland area. But once we get to Wednesday, that's when the Arctic air mass is going to return, dropping our temperatures a lot. Highs are only going to be in the lower 30s, and we will see light snow showers as that cold front pulls in cooler air behind the low pressure, light snowflakes to end this system. I don't think we'll see huge snowfall accumulations, minimal at best, and could see some slushy buildup on roadways just because temperatures have been warm. We'll see the rain, so with the snow mixing in behind that, probably just slushy accumulations on roadways. But again, lots of people are going to be out, so take that into consideration consideration on planning when you're going to leave. Thanksgiving Day, we're going to still be cloudy as that low pressure moves to our northeast. Maybe a couple of snowflakes. That's not going to lead to any accumulation on Thanksgiving Day for parts of southern Wisconsin or northern Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, same thing, dry weather. And actually some clearing taking place to our southwest. For Black Friday, that's when we pull in even cooler air. Now the morning and afternoon look dry, but our eyes are on a high impact system for parts of the Midwest that snow is looking more and more likely. Yes, I do think this will impact some of southern Wisconsin. This is still going to change several times before we get here, but snowfall accumulations and track both of those probably going to change. It's definitely going to be for parts of the Midwest that we see that, and then still very cold for Friday. I think that comes over the weekend and will probably impact you depending on where you're traveling for the Thanksgiving holiday as you're heading back to southern Wisconsin on either Saturday or Sunday. It's going to be really breezy too, and that'll pull in some cooler air. Wind chills will be in place. A wind advisory probably going to get issued for the entire area. Gusts are going to reach potentially as high as 45 miles per hour on Wednesday. For Thanksgiving Day, still upwards of 30 to 35 miles per hour, which will drive in a wind chill. And yes, I do think those will be in the teens, unfortunately. The air temperature though for Wednesday, Thanksgiving and Black Friday, 33, 30, and 29. That's still going to be about 5 to 10 degrees below average though. And then that impactful system that I was talking about, that will probably keep our conditions dry until Friday late afternoon at the earliest, but thinking that's really going to impact Saturday and Sunday. Definitely stays below average even heading into early next week too.
Emmanuel Wilson, that's a name Packers fans are now very familiar with. The backup running back put up 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards in that win over the Vikings yesterday. He's been filling in for star running back Josh Jacobs, who was inactive yesterday with that knee injury. Vikings get on the board first with a field goal. Packers get the ball first quarter here. Wilson making it look easy from the 1-yard line. Packers go up 7-3. Third quarter now, opposite side of the field. Wilson again from the 1-yard line and stretches over to get the score. Packers win 23-6. So now Green Bay's got a short week. They face the Lions in a crucial Thanksgiving matchup in Detroit.
All right, came out on top. I know my Chiefs, they came from behind and came out on top. So it's been an interesting season so far.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
It's one of those, get the Bears in first place. So that's as weird as it gets for a Packers fan.
I was going to say, now that's real unusual for our NFL season, would you say? Well, still ahead, we're talking about the cost of caring. We'll take a look at costs families are facing and what policy analysts say need to change.
Also ahead, phase 2 of the John Nolan construction project starts today. Coming up in our next half hour, how it's going to impact the way downtown.
The cost of childcare in Dane County continues to climb, forcing many families to make difficult decisions about work and finances. The latest market rate survey from Madison-based nonprofit Community Coordinated Childcare, Inc. shows the median for full-time infant care in Madison is $450 a week, with county-wide rates ranging from $165 to $597, depending on the facility. For Mom of 4, Erin Rogers, a few years ago, those costs grew so high she and her husband had to pivot. She left the workforce and became a stay-at-home mom because childcare outpaced what she earned.
And that is something I don't take for granted.
Look at this one.
I know that's not the reality for a lot of people, especially in Dane County where the cost of living is higher.
And I was born named.
And even as families struggle, providers say the state's latest child care budget still falls short of what's needed to keep programs open. Governor Evers compromised and signed a budget that includes $330 million for child care, but advocates point out it's well below what was asked, and the funding gap won't keep providers afloat. So you can tune in tonight at 10 for Cost of Caring as I look deeper into the impact and what's available for families.
I mean, almost $600, a week for child care costs. I mean, it's no secret that rates are just out of control.
Yes.
When you talked with Erin and her family, what struck you the most about their situation to kind of illustrate just how dire the situation is?
I think what was kind of interesting is that how she said, like, even working, it just did not make a difference, and it just was not making sense for their budget. She said some of the things that they would save for, like for extracurriculars or for travel or anything else, they had to kind of cut those costs down because the cost of the care that they were receiving was so expensive, and she said the margins became a lot tighter. And that's the story for a lot of families across the area.
All right, and you're going to look into this again tonight at 10 on News 3 Now.
Yes, be sure to stay tuned. We have lots to dig into.
All right, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Breaking overnight, an update to the missing Slender Man stabber, where she was found.
And peace talk progress. U.S. leaders are hopeful after weekend talks, but why some Congress members oppose.
Plus, changes to the morning commute, what you should know before heading downtown. Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Unley. Thanks for waking up with us this morning.
Before we get to that breaking news, we can tell you that the Slender Man stabber is in custody this morning after that weekend search. We'll tell you where she was found and what's next coming up here in just a moment.
Yes, but first we're going to check in with meteorologist Savannah Brito, getting you ready to head out the door. It's my mom's birthday, so I have to give her a little birthday shout out this morning. Yeah, I know she's not here in Wisconsin, but you know.
She's still watching.
She watches.
Right?
Yeah, she watches. Yeah. So yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom. Yes. Well, let's see how people are feeling as they head out the door this morning.
Well, Kyrie, on for your mom in mid-Missouri, I don't think she's going to have any issues with snow or cold weather today, but Wednesday, as people are traveling home, parts of the Midwest going to see some snow. As far as what we're looking at today, some light showers, and that will take us into parts of tomorrow, too. That will affect the morning and the afternoon for Tuesday. That won't move in until later this afternoon for Monday, though. But yeah, highs are going to be in the lower 50s tomorrow, so still mild today and tomorrow. Then Wednesday, some cooler air gets pulled in. I think we'll see some light snowflakes in the morning. Parts in southwest of Madison will be dry as we head into the Thanksgiving holiday, though. Maybe a few light snowflakes, I think, still dry. But then Friday evening for some of the Midwest, we will start to see that high impact system make its way closer to us. Now, as far as totals go, the track, that's going to change several times before we get there. But the First Warn Weather Team is going to keep you up to date with those two systems.
Savannah, thank you. Now back to that breaking news this morning. The search for Slender Man stabber Morgan Geyser is over.
Madison police say last night around 10:30, she was taken into custody. Authorities found her in Illinois. Geyser last seen at one point in Madison over the weekend on Cronky Drive. That was 8 p.m. Saturday. That's a residential area with schools and parks nearby Raymond Road. Authorities found her and an accomplice at a truck stop in Posen, Illinois, about 25 miles south of Chicago. Posen police say that they took the pair took a bus down to the Chicago area and were both taken into custody. We do not know who the other person is.
Our Michelle Renee Quinn is here breaking down the timeline of what we do know so far. Michelle Renee?
Chris, Kyrion, we know that she had been with an adult acquaintance when she was last seen. Madison police say they did not know about her disappearance until almost 12 hours later. Now, police say Geyser was last seen at a group home around 8:15 on Saturday. The Department of Corrections got an alert that her GPS bracelet was not working. Just after 11:30, the group home staff told the DOC Geyser was not there and she took off her bracelet. Around midnight, the DOC issued an apprehension request for Geyser, and it was never relayed to the Madison Police Department. MPD did not know she was missing. Then at around 8 a.m. yesterday, someone called 911 reporting Geyser as a missing person. MPD says this is the first time they learned she was missing. In 2014, Geyser and her friend Anissa Wurr nearly killed their classmate Peyton Leutner by stabbing her 19 times. The girls told investigators it was to appease the fictional character Slender Man. Both were found not guilty by mental defect and committed to psychiatric facilities. Wurr was released in 2021. A judge granted Geyser conditional release from the Winnebago Mental Health Institute earlier this year. Originally, she was supposed to move into a group home in Sun Prairie, but the home later denied it after community concern. And neighbors on Cronky Drive tell us they did not know she stayed in a group home in the area.
No info, but I remember talking about it when we were younger. Like, it's crazy someone has delusions like that about Slender Men and stuff, and I remember being freaked out when I was little about that.
This morning, Madison police are planning a press conference at 8:15.
Michelle Renee, thank you for those updates this morning. We will have crews there at that press conference at 8:15, and you can get the latest updates sent straight to your phone with the Channel 3000 News app. Receiving breaking news push alerts as soon as they happen. It's free to download. Just search Channel 3000 in your phone's app store. Now to some national news this morning. Today, European leaders will discuss a peace proposal aimed at ending Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
The Trump administration touting some progress after talks in Switzerland. Sources say discussions, though, are now underway for the Ukrainian president to visit Washington this week ahead of Trump's Thanksgiving deadline for Ukraine's response. Congressional Democrats have slammed the peace plan, which calls for Ukraine to cede territory, shrink its military, and drop its bid to join NATO. This all comes as dramatic scenes play out in the Ukrainian city of Kharkiv. An overnight Russian drone attack killed at least 4 and injured another 17.
The UK says it intercepted a Russian battleship and tanker in the English Channel. Britain's defense secretary called the move reckless and dangerous. This comes after a 30% rise in Russian naval activity near the UK. The UK has also deployed surveillance aircraft to Iceland for a NATO mission.
President Trump renewing his call for the arrest of a group of Democratic lawmakers. The group had urged troops to disobey illegal orders that might be issued by the administration. Yesterday, Trump on social media repeated his assertion that the move was sedition at the highest level. It's as 5 of the 6 Democrats say they've been targeted by bomb threats after the posting.
Meanwhile, Indiana's governor and at least 8 Republican state senators report intimidation and swatting incidents after the Senate rejected a special session on redistricting. With political violence rising nationwide, some blame heated rhetoric from Washington. President Trump urged on social media the removal of Indiana Republicans if redistricting remains unresolved.
New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani says his meeting with President Trump last week was very productive. He added the two spoke of their shared admiration and love for the city of New York. It comes after months of feuding. Trump suggesting Ugandan-born Mamdani be deported, and Mamdani calling Trump a fascist. Mamdani is set to take office January 1st.
Former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro says he violated his ankle monitor during house arrest due to a nervous breakdown and hallucinations from a medication change. Police arrested him over the weekend and he remains in custody. This comes days before he was set to begin a 27-year sentence for leading a coup attempt after his 2022 defeat.
All right, 6:36 now. So today, you might want to give yourself a little extra time if you plan on going downtown.
Phase 2 of the John Nolan Drive reconstruction project is set to begin. All southbound lanes will close and traffic will shift to the northbound lanes. Traffic will continue to be down to 1 lane in both directions. The closure will last until 2026. The Capital City Trail is expected to remain open despite the nearby road work.
Emmanuel Wilson, that is a name that Packers fans are now very familiar with. The backup running back put up 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards in the big win over the Vikings yesterday. He's been filling in for star running back Josh Jacobs, who is out with a knee injury right now. Vikings get on the board first with a field goal. Packers get the ball down 3-0, and Wilson making it look easy there from the 1-yard line to put the Packers on top, 7-3 Green Bay. Third quarter now. Wilson again from the 1-yard line, opposite side of the field, and he stretches over the goal line for the score. Packers go on to win 23-6. Oh boy, it does not get easier though. Going ahead, Green Bay's got a short week. They face the Lions in a crucial Thanksgiving matchup in Detroit.
All right. Well, child care costs across the state are reaching new heights, challenging families across the region. According to a recent market rate survey from Madison-based nonprofit Community Coordinated Child Care, Inc. In Madison, the annual cost for infant care surpasses $23,000. That's more than double UW-Madison's in-state undergraduate tuition. Despite significant funding in the state biennial budget, a Kids Forward policy analyst says funding gaps threaten to close more centers, leaving parents with fewer choices and higher stress. Tune in tonight at 10 for Cost of Caring. I'll look into the impact and what's available for families.
Well, it's the last day for families to pick up their Thanksgiving baskets from the Goodman Center Basket Drive. The annual Basket Drive provides, all the fixings and the stuff for Thanksgiving for them to make the meal at home. This year, they aim to feed 4,000 families, and thanks to your help, the Goodman Center says they have reached their goals for several items, including turkeys, as of Saturday, something they have not done so early, so you can still donate to families who are in need year-round, either in person or at the Goodman Center website.
All right, love that our community rallied together and made all of this happen.
Yeah, I'm so happy to partner up with the Goodman Center once again in this initiative. And it's about feeding the families. It's about, helping out. That's what we do, right? Madison is so generous. We can't do that kind of stuff without your help.
Yes, so let's make the holiday right. Well, let's check in now with Savannah, who's making your day right, getting you up to date on what you need to know.
Yeah, exactly. Good morning, guys. 33 right now, not terrible outside. Temperatures are going to be even warmer tonight into early Tuesday morning. The temperature will rise to about 40 or so very quickly. I do think it's possible a few of us do see the lower 50s. Most of us, however, are going to see the mid to upper 40s because of cloud cover and then the showers that are going to move in by mid to late afternoon. The evening for most of southern Wisconsin, and then even some light snow to end the system. We'll talk about when the snow arrives and how much our temperatures are going to drop coming up.
Sounds good. Coming up, Madison Turkey Trot is back on Thanksgiving morning. Still ahead, you can have some fun with the whole family while supporting a good cause. That's in the 608.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
In the 608 this morning, we are getting you ready for the Madison Turkey Trot that's happening on Thanksgiving morning.
Josh Spider is live at the Alliant Energy Center with how this event continues to give back to the community. He looks like he's ready.
Doesn't he?
Yeah, suited and booted.
Hey, good morning to you guys. Run now, gobble later. That's what Thursday can be for you this year, and having a good time out here at the Alliant Energy Center, but also giving back to an amazing cause here in the 608. Amanda Potratz with UCP is joining us this morning. Amanda, good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's hard to believe we're already talking about the Madison Turkey Trot. It is this week, happening on Thanksgiving morning.
Yeah, we're really excited. This is a great event. It's a wonderful community event, brings everybody together every year, and we see repeat visitors and repeat runners.
You know, that's what's so amazing is this is such a tradition for Madison area families, and the best part, obviously you get to have fun, but you get to help you guys in your mission here locally.
Absolutely, yeah. We offer services and supports for people with disabilities from birth all the way through adulthood.
So everything that people do here is going to help you support these folks year round.
Absolutely, yeah. We have programs in both Dane and Rock counties, and when people come in and volunteer, that helps bring funding to our local programming, and as well as using code UCP10 at wisconsinruns.com to register for the race, and that also helps support our programs.
We have some video we want to show folks because this is such a fun tradition and people get so excited about it. Obviously, we're in costume this morning, but it's just a good time to get together and really be a community. Really, right? I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we like to say give back before you give thanks. And it's really wonderful to support the people in our community.
So there's a couple of ways that you want to make sure you can actually get that credit. So what's the best way for people to go about it this year?
Yeah, if you sign up right here at race day morning using code UCP10 to register for the race, or just write down UCP on the volunteer registration, and we will get your programming credit for our funding for our programs.
I think that's what's so cool is you can do the code, you can actually be part of it, but the volunteering, that is a big aspect of this.
Absolutely, yeah. People come back year after year to volunteer with us. They see us over and over. We see familiar faces every year.
You know, this is one of your biggest events of the year, so how does this event alone help you in your mission 365 days a year?
Yeah, this helps bring awareness to our local programs, and it helps bring the community together and support everyone.
All right, so how long do people have to be able to sign up?
Yeah, you can sign up right through race day morning. Sometimes we'll have people registering for those bib numbers right in line on race day morning. Just make sure you budget enough time to get in with the traffic in the morning.
Yeah, 3 days to make it happen. Amanda, thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving to you, and here's to another great year.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Appreciate it. And if you'd like to learn more about how you can give back to UCP through the Madison Turkey Trot, just go to the story up on channel3000.com. Going to see lots of turkeys out here on Thanksgiving morning, guys. That's what it's all about. Obviously coming out here, having a good time, but having an impact locally is huge too.
That's what it's all about, and burning some Thanksgiving calories.
Oh yeah.
No, it's just, hey, Josh Sprider, thank you as always. Josh is always looking for some fun stuff to share with you folks. If you have an idea that you'd like to see featured in the 608, reach out and let him know about it.
I think we should have gotten you that same thing that Josh is wearing.
I'm wearing my
Savannah.
Bears outfit today. It's okay.
Oh, that's
I
even
need
better,
that.
right?
I got the orange socks for the win and the navy dress. Yeah, the Packers also won yesterday, though. So all you Packers lovers, we both are on top. 33, we are seeing cool temperatures across some of the area. Some of us mid to upper 20s. That's where most of us should be, but we're a little bit more on the milder side of things. Mid to upper 40s later this afternoon, and by mid to late afternoon is when we will see those showers track in, but we will be dry the morning and early afternoon. This is closer to 1, still dry Madison, south, north, and east, but west, Viroqua, La Crosse, near Prairie du Chien, up by Camp Douglas and Black River Falls, starting to see a little bit of light shower activity move in. I do think we'll see light to moderate showers. You don't see any of those deep yellows, oranges, or red on future track, which signifies the heavier showers that we could see. So I just think light to moderate scattered showers for the afternoon, evening. During the overnight hours, some of these showers look to break up, but I think around lunchtime, mid to late morning, early afternoon tomorrow, ahead of the cold front, we will see those showers move back in. A line kind of forms out ahead of the cold front, and that'll take us into the early evening too. By early Wednesday after midnight, up around 3 to 4 in the morning, we will have some light snow showers that take over with the cooler air that moves in overhead. It's going to be really breezy during this time frame too, and you see air temperatures in the 30s, but the wind chill going to make it feel a lot cooler outside. Our temperatures are likely going to fall through the rest of the day. Morning and afternoon, we'll have light snow showers. Could see some little to moderate or little accumulations. I don't think it's going to be a high impact storm like what we could see the following weekend, but light accumulations are possible. Ground temperatures, though, keep in mind, have been warm. As far as exactly what we're expecting for the Midwest, though, we're going to zoom out a little bit because some people are traveling as early as today. Maybe you've already left and headed out somewhere else, but I do think we'll see on Wednesday those light snow showers affecting southern, central, and northern Wisconsin, parts of Michigan as well. With the big drop in temperatures, we'll only be in the lower 30s for Wednesday, Thanksgiving Day, even cooler. Maybe some snow showers across the UP, northern Wisconsin, and parts of Michigan. For us across southern Wisconsin, and then some of us across northern Illinois will be dry. Our eyes are on the next system for Black Friday. Now for us, I don't think we're looking at that system arriving until late Black Friday night into the weekend after Saturday and Sunday. So no matter where you're traveling, you could have some impacts and travel concerns getting home Saturday or Sunday after Black Friday, but likely a high impact storm for some of the Midwest. Wednesday is going to be really breezy. We probably will see a wind advisory get issued. Winds are going to gust up to 40 to 45 miles per hour. And then Thanksgiving, still looking at a windy day as gusts range 30 to 35 miles per hour. That will drive in a wind chill to be factored in all day Wednesday, all day Thursday, and all day Friday. The air temperature Wednesday 33, Thanksgiving 30, Black Friday only 29. But our wind chills are going to be in the teens each one of those days, unfortunately. And that cold pattern takes us even into early next week, expecting below average temperatures for the foreseeable future. Of course, the side of today and tomorrow.
All right, a lot to keep an eye on ahead of and at the end of the holiday weekend.
Download the First Warn Weather app and we'll have everything.
Well, you know I've got it.
Oh yeah, we all do. We all should at least, I hope.
Yes. Savannah, thank you. And speaking of Thanksgiving travel, coming up in the morning sprint, how many people the TSA expects to screen this travel season?
And we've got a birthday to celebrate today. I want to wish a happy birthday to Ya. We'll hope you have a great day. We'll be back with the sprint right after this. .653, time for the morning sprint.
In breaking news this morning, Morgan Geyser, the Slender Man attacker who had escaped her group home in Madison, is now in custody in Illinois. On Saturday, she cut off her GPS monitor and left her group home. She was last seen near Cronky Drive at 8 p.m. with an adult acquaintance. Authorities tracked her down and took her into custody last night in Posen, Illinois. That's about 25 miles south of Chicago. They say she was with another person.
Phase 2 of the John Dolan Drive project starts today. That means that southbound lanes are all going to be shut down and be shifted over to the northbound lanes. Traffic will continue to be down to one lane in each direction. The closure lasts pretty much through 2026. Capital City Trail is going to stay open.
Developing in Venezuela, Reuters reports possible U.S. operations in the near future, though no timeline or presidential approval is confirmed. The U.S. has increased its Caribbean presence, deploying an aircraft carrier and conducting attack simulations. Additionally, the U.S. has designated the Cartel de los Soles as a terrorist organization.
New Israeli airstrikes in Gaza over the weekend are testing a delicate ceasefire with Hamas that is now a little more than a month old. It comes as Israel launched an airstrike in Lebanon yesterday, the first attack in months on Hezbollah leadership. President Trump says that Hezbollah and Lebanon are a big problem, and he's working with everyone.
This week kicks off the busy holiday travel season. The FAA says it expects tomorrow to be the peak day for air travel, with more than 52,000 flights. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving and Sunday after are also predicted to be the other two busiest flying days, with more than 51,000 flights expected each day. The TSA says it expects to screen nearly 18 million people between tomorrow and Sunday.
This morning, President Trump remains hopeful for a Russia-Ukraine peace deal. Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with Ukrainian and European officials in Switzerland yesterday to discuss the terms. However, European leaders and some U.S. Congress members criticized the U.S.'s proposal, arguing it unfairly requires Ukraine to cede significant territory to Russia.
Here's a look at the box office. Wicked for Good had a big weekend. The film, which is a sequel to last year's box office smash, Wicked had a banner opening weekend, bringing in $150 million domestically and $226 million globally. That's the biggest global and domestic opening ever for a movie based on a Broadway show.
We'll see some showers by mid to late afternoon into the evening. Showers continue into Tuesday. Light snow takes over Wednesday, and then a high impact storm likely for the weekend for parts of the Midwest. The track, though, still a little uncertain, as well as snowfall amounts. But as we get closer, we'll have all the latest.
All right, Savannah, thanks for keeping us locked in.
Of course.
CBS Mornings is next.
Have a great day.